Hey guys, welcome back to the channel yet again, and we're gonna round out wave 1 of Earthrise today by looking at these two little lads. They are the Military Patrol, the Decepticon Military Patrol, and they're gonna be our focus this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you are at it, man, that's right, hit that notification bell, please, because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors, and L, the Autobot family, and have a look for me everywhere across social media. And I like these lads. They're not perfect, but I feel like they're the stronger set from the wave 1. The look of these guys is pretty accurate, not perfectly, and this guy, Bombshock, is more accurate than Growl. But I do love the fact that Growl can still take off his cannon that's on the roof of his vehicle mode and still use it as an arm cannon. I think that's very versatile. He has a peculiar head. And I'm kind of torn on what I think about their combined mode thing. It's different, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's good. We're going to dive into it all when we head over to the table and take a closer look at these guys. And so the Decepticons come roaring into the Earthrise micromaster battles, I guess, with their entry for Wave 1, that of course being the Military Patrol, though it's not labeled as the Military Patrol. Nevertheless, it's 2 out of the 4 members, the leader of the group, the somewhat cruel and merciless Bombshock, that would be our little green and blue lad here, and Growl, basically a really cruel bully. And that would be the tan lad over there. Conspicuous by their absences would be Dropshot and Tracer, which is a little bit of a shame. Who knows, maybe we will get them another time. And I looked at the the G1 versions of these guys way back in episode 528. Unfortunately, I don't have them here anymore because they were on loan to me. I really liked that group though. They were simple, but they were fun, man. Absolutely fun. And I do even have a KO kicking around somewhere of Bombshock. Guess we'll get the packaging out of the way first. It's packaging. They're in their alt modes up here. Flying into battle, well, going into battle, guns blazing, so to speak. Over here we can see that one has 5 steps, one has 6 steps. They go together to make a weird little blaster thing. We'll see all of that later. Yes, sir, yes, sir. We have some great instructions. These are pretty good. Again, we have stats over right here that I don't know what they are. What a shame. And you know what? The biggest challenge with these little guys is hoping that everything's in focus. I hope it is, man. We're going to talk about the coloration first really quickly. Obviously, they don't have a whole lot of history in fiction, but they do certainly appear in G1 plastic form. And of course, they were in, the Dreamwave continuity and the IDW continuity and all of that sort of stuff. But if we compare them to really the source material, then we start off here with Bombshock, who is not bad. The only real improvements for coloration, I guess, that could be made to him is his pelvis, which is green, should be like a grayish color, and his thighs that are gray should be blue. Other than that, he's pretty spot on with his mix of colors, enough that he's a solid 9. His partner, Growl, is a bit more of a departure. His thighs and his upper body should both be black. They're not, they're gray. His lower body and pelvis here is silver. That should, I guess his pelvis should be kind of a grayish silvery color. And down on his toes we see his black windows. They shouldn't be down on his toes. So he's more of a departure. He's more like, I'm going to say a 7. I mean, I think you know it's him, and I like the versatility, but if we're talking about accuracy, he's about a 7. We had a 7, we had a 9. For accuracy, this duo is about an 8. Not too bad, all things considered, though there are some pairings that are more accurate than these lads. What about the articulation? The articulation is, again, it's all right. I think I actually want to start with Growl first. The head on Growl, for some reason, can go all the way back, and it does go forward. I don't like how it goes all the way back. It's a little bit of a nuisance, if I'm being honest about it. The arms, they can go all the way around? Yeah, all the way around, and respectably far out to the side. I'm cool with that. The legs can go forward. If you get this piece out of the way, they can go back, but if you get that piece out of the way, it also makes it hard for Growl to stand up. We do have a nice deep knee. No waist on this guy. That's unfortunate. And I do like that this piece can go in his arm, just like the G1, and I just pushed his head back. And this is the problem with the head pushing back. It goes back into his body, and then it's a little bit of a nuisance to get back out, honestly. There. It's kind of down his chest a little. I don't know. I wish the head was more secured. It's okay. No waist on this guy. I don't know, man. 5, I guess. There are better micromasters. That's all I'm going to say. There are better micromasters than him. Speaking of better micromasters, will he even stand? He might not even want to stand. See what I mean? Like, a lot of the articulation is there, but it's not great. There, I got him stood. But then we have his partner, who is a bit better. And move this guy. Let's just take him off. Then we have his partner, who is a little bit better. Okay, so his articulation is a bit better. The head goes left and right. The arms, they can go all the way around, and out to the side a little bit, not as much as I'd like. This is a reuse, a heavy remold of Top Shot, or Big Shot, if you will, from Wave 1 of Siege, and this guy doesn't have the shoulder pylons. I don't know why they didn't make the cut deeper so he had more outward movement on his arms. I think that's a disappointment. He does have a waist. He does have legs all the way forward. He does have legs that can go back. He has a nice deep knee. He has this weird heel spur that you would think is a nuisance, but actually helps his stability tremendously and helps him to strike some pretty dynamic poses considering the size we're talking about here. Look, if Growl was, say, a 5, then this guy's probably a 7. Overall, they're probably a 6 together in terms of their articulation. So before we go into the transformation, it only seemed right that we get both of the lads back in here on screen. Don't forget that we had a 6 for their overall articulation. We had an 8 for their overall look. Going into the transformation, this duo is about a 7. We're going to start with Growl here first. We take this off of Growl's arm and we flip his head back and we should be able to bring the whole hood section up over, and then we bring the back section down. We take the legs and we fold them up and they will go in, and then last but not least, we tab the arms in on the side. We do have our peg here, our peg hole on the top. That's where we take his blaster and put it in. Kind of ingenious, very indicative of his G1. Battle Jeep? I don't know what this is. Battle Jeep mode? I'm not a military guy. What do you want? So we put that over there. Then over here with Bombshock, we bring up his chest. We collapse the shoulders up, and they should collapse in nicely, hopefully. Then we use these heel spurs and we flip them in like underneath the turret section. And that comes up on the side. Same here on this side. Just to get it in underneath. We make sure that the feet there are tabbed together. We take the turret and we turn it around and boom. There you go, little tank lad. I don't think he has any tires. I think he slides along, but he doesn't roll. This guy does roll. The transformation for these two guys is pretty easy. They were getting a 7. The transformation is, I'm going to say a 9, honestly. It's really good. I think overall, the score that we could give these guys is about an 8.5. It's a good set. Now we do have one other thing to show, which is their like combined, I don't know what you call it, blaster, targeting master type of mode. Okay, so I suppose before we get out of here, I really should show their like battle mode thing that they make. I think it's idiotic. I don't like any of these, for the record, but I'm going to show because it is a point in the versatility column. With this guy, we'll put this straight up, and then you pop out his legs and you turn him at the waist, and I think you're supposed to like bring the legs in underneath and bring those up. Like I think that this is it. I believe. And then we take this guy out here and, oh, I'm sorry. I think this is supposed to also go turned around, if I'm not mistaken, like that there. I think this will be the handle that you hold on to. This guy here, his is harder to discern. I believe you open out the legs so that they're down like that. Then I think you're supposed to swivel this gun blaster piece around so that it's there like with the lower legs, I suppose. And then it looks like you're supposed to pick up this hood section. Might need to do it this way, there, and bring out that, oh, if I can do it, bring out that peg right there, and then this peg goes into this peg hole up here, like this, basically. Then you turn them over, and this is your, basically, this is your black. I guess that can come down. Like, I don't like this. I admit that it offers an extra level of versatility. I mean, like, you know, somebody, I guess, can hold this and wield it, but I don't like the look of it. I don't feel like anybody's going to be able to realistically wield this without it looking just ridiculous. Overall, as a set, they're cool vehicles. They're cool robots. They're a solid 8.5. This, to me, doesn't add value, but maybe it does to you. I mean, come on, did you see this? Look at little cliff jumper trying to hold that blaster up. It's the size of the guy. And here we are once again, and honestly, I like these guys. No, they're not perfect, but I do think that they are the stronger duo from Wave 1. That's just me. When we look at Growl, the conversion is kind of interesting, but I wish he had a waist. And I wish that the head locked in somehow, because I tend to push it back a lot more than I think I should. When we have Bombshock over here, I like the conversion. The only complaint, honestly, that I have with this guy is I wish that the arms went out more. I wish the cut on the shoulder up top was higher, I guess. I don't know if that's something I could customize and improve his shoulder. I'm not sure. They're good. They're better than the Hot Rod Patrol, in my opinion, for articulation. For looks, they're fine. And for two little military-esque vehicles, they're great. They're great little Decepticon lads. There's no doubt about it. And I'm sure that they'll work out great with the other micromaster inspired like characters and now bases that we have up and coming. Anyway, let me know what you think about this duo. Did you like how they turned out or not? You know I love to hear from you guys. I appreciate you dropping by and giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there is a donate link down in the description. Please, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every day, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together, man, to have another visit, either Thursday nights on the live show, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, man, right here inside the videos.